Hello everyone, welcome to another birth story here on the channel. But today I'm going to tell you a story that will give you chills. A story that mixes panic, total darkness, and a birth that happened in the most unlikely place possible. Get ready, because you're going to be amazed by what happened to Amanda and Jason. Stay with me until the end. Images of buildings, elevators, city at night. Amanda Rodriguez was 38 weeks pregnant. She and her husband Jason lived on the 24th floor of a building in New York, Manhattan. One of those tall, modern buildings with super fast elevators. It was a Thursday, August 3rd, around 9:30 p.m. Amanda had spent the day at home, feeling a bit tired, with some back pain, but nothing that seemed like labor. The baby wasn't expected to arrive for another 2 weeks. But then, around 9 p.m., Amanda started feeling contractions. At first, she thought they were those practice contractions, Braxton Hicks? But they started getting stronger, more regular. Amanda, I timed them, 5 minutes between each one. So I told Jason, honey, I think we better go to the hospital, just to be safe. Jason grabbed the hospital bag that was already packed, helped Amanda put on a jacket, and they left the apartment. From the 24th floor. They needed to go down to the ground floor to get the car that was in the garage. They got in the elevator, Amanda breathing deeply, Jason trying to calm her down. They pressed the ground floor button. The elevator started going down. 24, 23, 22, 21. And then, on the 18th floor, it happened. Everything went dark. Jason, it was instantaneous. The elevator lights went out. The elevator stopped suddenly with a jolt, and there was this heavy silence. I heard Amanda breathing fast next to me. I tried to turn on my phone's flashlight, but the battery was at 5%. 5%. A blackout, a total blackout in the building, and they were trapped in the elevator between the 17th and 18th floor. Amanda started to panic. And worse, she felt a strong contraction, much stronger than the previous ones. Amanda, I felt tremendous pressure. And then I thought, no, it can't be. It can't be now. Not here, not in the dark, not trapped in an elevator. Jason pressed the emergency button. Nothing. Tried calling the doorman. No signal. The phone battery was dying. They were alone, in the dark, trapped. Guys, imagine the scene. Total darkness, absolute silence. And Amanda feeling the contractions getting closer and closer, more and more intense. Jason tried to stay calm, but he was terrified. He started screaming for help, banging on the elevator door, but no one responded. The entire building was in darkness, panicking about the blackout. And then, about 15 minutes after being trapped, Amanda felt it. Amanda, I felt my water break, right there on the elevator floor. And the next contraction was so strong that I screamed. I told Jason, the baby is coming, he's coming now. Jason went into shock. He used the last 3% of his phone battery to turn on the flashlight. That dim light illuminated Amanda's face, pale, sweating, in pain. Jason, trembling voice, I had never felt so helpless in my life. My wife needing me, my son being born, and me there, trapped in a metal box in the dark. I could only think, I need to help her. I need to do something. He took off his jacket and placed it on the floor for Amanda to lie down. She was in so much pain she could barely stand. The contractions were now coming every minute. And there, on the 18th floor, trapped in a dark elevator, Amanda entered the pushing stage of labor. She had to push. There was no choice. Jason held her hand, illuminated with his phone as much as he could before the battery died completely, and then total darkness again. Jason, when the phone died, I panicked for a second, but then I heard Amanda's voice telling me, you can do this, honey, we can do this. And that gave me a strength I didn't know I had. In the dark, guided only by sound, by touch, Jason helped Amanda. He encouraged her, told her to breathe, told her everything was okay. Amanda, I'll never forget his voice. In the dark, I couldn't see anything, but I could hear him. And that kept me strong. I pushed, and he held my hand, guided me. After what seemed like an eternity, but was about 25 minutes, Jason felt it. He felt the baby's little head. Jason, emotional, crying. I touched my son's little head. In the dark, I couldn't see anything, but I could feel. And I guided him, helped him come out. And when he was born, when I heard that cry, guys, at 10:17 p.m., in the absolute darkness of an elevator trapped between the 17th and 18th floor, Ethan James Rodriguez was born. 7.5 pounds of pure miracle. Amanda, when I heard his cry, I broke down. I cried so much. Jason placed him on my chest, and I held my son for the first time in the dark. I couldn't see his little face, but I felt his heartbeat, his warmth, his little cry. It was surreal. About 10 minutes after Ethan's birth, the lights came back on. The blackout had been caused by a problem in the neighborhood's electrical grid, and when they reconnected it, the elevator started working again. But Jason pressed the emergency button, and the elevator stopped on the nearest floor, the 17th. The doors opened, and there were firefighters, paramedics, neighbors, all worried. When they saw the scene, Amanda on the floor, holding a newborn, Jason beside her, covered in blood and sweat, it was a general shock. Paramedic. I had seen a lot in my career, but a birth in an elevator during a blackout. Never. And the father, having done everything alone, in the dark. This guy is a hero. The paramedics took care of Amanda and Ethan, cut the umbilical cord, checked their vital signs. Everything was fine. Ethan was healthy, crying loudly, perfect. Amanda and Jason were taken to the hospital. On the way, they could finally see their son for the first time. Under the light, that perfect little face. Jason, when I saw him for the first time with light, that little face that I had helped bring into the world in the dark, I broke down. It was the most intense moment of my life. Today, 6 months later, Amanda, Jason, and Ethan are doing well. Their story went viral, made it into newspapers, TV shows. Many people called Jason a hero, but he says the real heroine was Amanda. Jason, Amanda went through something I can't even imagine. Giving birth in the dark, in an elevator, without medical help, not knowing if everything would be okay. She's the strongest person I know. Amanda, people ask me if it was traumatic. And look, I won't lie, it was scary, but it was also empowering. I discovered a strength in me that I didn't know existed. And Jason, he did everything in the dark, guided only by love and courage. Our son was born in his father's hands, literally. The Rodriguez family avoids using that elevator to this day. They opt for the stairs when possible, but they say that, despite everything, they wouldn't change the story. Jason, Ethan came into the world in a way no one expected, but he came strong, healthy, and surrounded by love. In the end, that's what matters. And a curiosity, the building placed a plaque in the elevator where Ethan was born. It reads, "On August 3rd, 2024, a miracle happened here. Welcome to the world, Ethan Rodriguez." Guys, I get chills every time I tell this story. A birth in the dark, in an elevator, during a blackout. It sounds like a movie script, but it really happened. If you liked this story, leave your like, subscribe.